What's up, wonderful patriots? I'm Rambo, Rob, whatever you want to call me, I don't give a shit. We're going to jump right into a video, but I want to thank my new subscribers. Truth needs to get out there. We're going to talk about tariffs today and what this means for Canada and US. They're going to feel it way more than we are. They have already had tariffs on us, and most people aren't being shown this on the news. We're going to start off with Nux and Nars video, and we're going to kick it off with that. And after that, I'm going to spread some facts and stuff, so if you don't want to watch that, I get it. But I'm here. This is the show. Let's do it.
Criminals and rude war criminals, welcome to a brand new video. Today we are covering the downfall of Canada.
You
As
billions
a
of
Canadian
dollars
myself
each year.
and an American, I feel like the two wolves inside of me are in constant battle these days. And honestly, now you could probably argue that I'm very much hating everything that's going on, but I'll be
At one point, I believe there was talk about Canada was prepared to use a nuke. I don't know if that's true. Comment down below if you know or if you heard anything about that. They're talking about putting troops on the ground over in Ukraine, supporting Europe and all that, which is, they just want to keep an endless war going. I'll shut up.
completely honest and real. I am very much enjoying what is going on. All of the chaos, all of the drama. I got some of my money in Canadian banks, some of my money in American banks. Whatever drops, the other one will go up. It'll be crazy. Hell yeah, endless drama, nothing changes. It's all good. Don't worry about it, guys. Yeah, it's not like my family is definitely tearing each other apart right now. But there is fantastic news. Governor Trudeau had a monumental crash out yesterday. Now, Trump has officially activated 25% tariffs on Canada. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is, you know what? We'll do a little lesson, all right? A little story on what is going on right now in the world, and then you have to see the monumental Trudeau crash out, where he just basically calls Trump dumb for 20 minutes. I didn't watch the whole crash out. I just saw like a clip of it where he was just saying, "You're dumb and mean and and you're a bad guy," and it's like, all right, bro, put the fries in the bag, bro. So we have a lot to look at. Canada is literally 100% cooked. Trudeau is about to get replaced, and I am very excited for all of this. This is going to be great.
The most insane trade war has officially begun because
streamer, but oh, there goes that premium service.
As an owner of Walton Goggins goggle glasses,
Here, I'll skip it.
I know how to make slick-looking goggle/glasses.
It'll be glorious.
But I have
We'll do it.
Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more or 10% in China's case.
So
Now, you know my theory. My theory is that the reason why Trump is doing these tariffs is because he wants to get other shit out of them. I fully believe this. I don't think he even cares about the tariffs as much. I think he wants either equal trade, where other countries remove their already existing tariffs on America, or because he actually wants to get something out of them. And I personally am very much here for the drama. I'm here for the content.
For example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the U.S. that cost $50,000, today U.S. companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons.
Incredible question. This is where the Twitter people's analysis ends. Trump bad, stuff more expensive.
Like,
Trump
see,
evil, he bad. What a
Prices
dumbass.
are going up.
What a moron. Dumb fuck. That's what they all call him. But they didn't continue this video. I'm just giving you the basic abridged version of what's actually going on.
The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the U.S. In theory, that means a stronger U.S. economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants.
What is it that Trump wants? Is it perhaps locking down the border to some extent? Well, interestingly enough, are you aware that fentanyl deaths in America has already dropped? Did you know that? Did you know that funny little statistic, that really funny statistic that now everyone has the border actually more locked down? It's kind of weird how that happened. Damn. Definitely weird how all of that happened. Well, let me see if I can find you the stats, since no one believes me. As you shouldn't, just to be clear. I'm not expecting you to believe me. You shouldn't believe me. I'm a blue idiot on the internet. I am not to be trusted in any capacity. I just can't spell fentanyl. That's I'm a dyslexic idiot. Dyslexic and blue. The worst combo. So yeah, the Trump administration says tariffs against Mexico and Canada will continue until fentanyl deaths drop. Well, fentanyl deaths have been dropping. That is a thing. We are at a low, a 4-year low of fentanyl deaths right now in America. And honestly, that's kind of crazy. Not even gonna lie. I love when people go, and who do you think pays the tariffs? Lock in, baby. I'd rather pay tariffs and not die of fentanyl, personally. But anyway, that's not the problem. I think everyone's totally misunderstanding the points of tariffs. Tariffs are for a long-term... Personally, I don't like tariffs, okay? I've said this the entire time. I stand by...
Now, people, if there wasn't a demand for it, it wouldn't be a thing. There's people out there that don't want to change. And it's not that I don't think most of them, well, probably some of them, there are some people that like to legitimately live on the streets. But it's not that they don't want to, it's just that they know that, or they're telling themselves, their brains telling themselves that they know that they can't because they've tried and failed before or relapsed or such and such, because some people fear that withdrawal, I guess, so bad. And so they just give up on applying themselves, and then they become just that part of society, and they get looked down on and everything, which some of them legitimately just are not good, made bad decisions. We're a product of what we did. We're in the situations we're in mostly because of the decisions we made in life, and that's just how it is. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. I'm here because of the decisions I made. You're there because of the decisions you made. But there are factors in society that help push different things along. But I'll shut up. All right. Just stay away from fentanyl.
What I say. I do not like the concept of tariffs. Tariffs increase price in the country. However, I understand that Trump is using tariffs as a bullying business tactic, honestly, to get other countries to drop their tariffs. I'll be real. So, that's what I have to say. Well, don't worry, we're going to rip all this apart. I'm trying to lay the groundwork for you, but we'll rip all this apart. We're going to be tearing Trudeau a new butthole. Bro's gonna be shitting from both sides of his ass.
Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America.
Far-fetched, he says. Far-fetched.
I mean,
you know what else is far-fetched? That a guy like Donald Trump, a washed-up businessman like Trump, will be the president of the United States not once but twice. That's also pretty far-fetched.
Twice.
Just not gonna lie, even for a second. Not as far-fetched as you hitting that subscribe button right now.
Yes.
With all those beautiful soon-to-be Americans up there. Bro, I'm a dual citizen. I'm Canadian and American. Soon I'm gonna be American squared, okay? We are gonna rename Canada as North Dakota, and the world will suffer. Although I just want to take this moment to say, listen, to anyone watching this that is currently in the government, maybe we could reconsider. Maybe we can take Canada but leave Quebec. Like, we could leave Quebec as its own little country and just swap.
These damn commercials.
Did you know about Red Hat product trials? Our no-cost trials help you get hands-on experience and prepare for certifications.
Sorry about that.
Swap it for Greenland. Like, here's my thoughts. Like, we move the Quebec, we just swap Quebec for Greenland, and then we take that's my argument, all right? Hear me out.
But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet.
Uh-oh.
China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down?
Great question.
Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, Their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder.
And Trump knows this. Let me explain how business works. If you're holding all the cards and they don't have the cards, you win. Oh, but it's bullying. Yes, it's bullying. Correct. And they are completely within their right to bully in this regard. Maybe it's not nice. Maybe it's rude. But it's called leverage. And it's something that every businessman on the planet understands. Trump knows that Canada can't afford cutting off business with America, but America can.
It's not even about attacking these other countries, people. It's not like it's personal. It's business. I mean, think about it. Our homeless population is out of control. Our immigrant population is out of control. Whether they're legal or illegal, housing situation, everything. It's got to change drastically. And if Elon and Trump don't do this, it'll never get done. And the louder them Democrats scream, which, quite frankly, what they did the other night was disgraceful. Disgraceful. Absolutely should be ashamed of themselves. They do not like America. There was women group there on the Democrat side in pink that would not stand for the honors of the women that were presented at the speech. They wouldn't stand for a child with cancer that had 5 months to live. He had 5 months to live, and he made it 5 years. They made him an honorary Secret Service agent right there on the spot. It was a heartwarming moment. It was beautiful. Most people, and then you had newscasters saying that they hope he doesn't unalive himself. It's nuts. It's nuts. The propaganda's real, folks. Do not watch CSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBDDDA, NFA, DSAD. None of it. They're all bad. Fake news. They really are. Rachel Maddow. Thank goodness they got rid of Joy Reid. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed. I'll shut up.
Afford cutting off business with Canada, even though it would be tough in certain degrees. Now,
Trump knows this, and he's using it.
he is. He's a businessman. Now, you could argue it's very not nice of him. Now, let me just show you some stats before we actually get into Trudeau's hissy fit speech. I think it's very important. So, here are some historic tariffs that Canada hits America with. 270% on milk. What about 245% on cheese? 298% butter, 238% on chicken, 69% on sausages, 57% on barley seed, bovine meats, 26%, cars, 25%, HVAC, 45%, vacuums, cable boxes, TV, steel, aluminum, copper. You get the idea. Canada's bitching right now about free trade when, as it stands, this is literally being tariffed to Americans. And on top of this, because people like facts in this house, aside from this, Canada also, hilariously enough, Canada also takes a crazy amount of money in regards to military defense, because Canada's military is two French guys on horseback with shotguns. Okay? People on dog sleds with sharpened sticks is the Canadian military. So they take an insane amount of military aid from America as well. All right, now, to be clear, that's a lot of money. When Trump says something like this, like, hey...
And I believe he's Canadian and American and
Do you really
Jewish,
want to spend the
so
rest
he's
of your
got
life
both
watching
spectrums
ads?
covered. Hey, man, if you see this, are you Jewish, Canadian, and American all at the same time? I'm just wondering. I like your videos. You're good. You're good with me.
Guys, just download Pi. It's a free Google Chrome extension,
All right.
and it basically blocks.
Wow. Yeah, the Canadian military doesn't consist of much.
Like, hey,
and
let's
I
do
apologize for any
tariffs.
Canadians
In my
watching this,
opinion,
but
he
it's
doesn't
not
really
big.
want
You depend on us
tariffs.
for a lot.
In my opinion, what he really wants is
if I
to
have to
break
strap
even
my
with
old ass
everybody.
boots on-
He doesn't want to be the world's piggy bank. And quite honestly, as a Canadian and also as an American, I don't think any country should feel entitled to endless support by the United.
You know, if you Democrats kick off World War III and I have to strap on my boots as old as I am. Or some of the people that I know, we're going to be so mad. Your party will never recover. I don't think the country's going to put up with it. Just being honest. I'm sorry if that upsets people, but people like me around here, we're getting tired of all the propaganda, the race baiting, the pushing people to do certain things. These protests that are around, I mean, they're being funded. These protests are being funded mainly. A lot of people are there because the Democrats are flipping out. They don't know what to do. And it makes me mad.
United States. So again, now that you have all of these facts on the table, since everyone likes crying about, we were your best friend, you stabbed me in the back, you are the Brutus to my Jesus, or something like that, crying into his little fucking neckbeard like Trudeau tends to do.
Like
I'll be quite real here, guys. Now that you have the context, his appeal to emotion is not going to work. America has been the world's sugar daddy. The world wants that to keep happening. America decides they're going to stop funding Ukraine for a half a minute, and guess what the world does? Starts funding Ukraine. What? Why weren't you doing this earlier? Oh, because America was handling it. All right, bro. I think this is the best news for America ever. The fact that the world actually has to not literally just self-rely. To Trudeau's speech, where he grabs him by the pussy.
So today, the United States launched a trade war against Canada.
They put tariffs. They didn't launch a trade war. You're using emotional language here for no reason. And you know it. It's just a virtue signal that Trump bad.
Their closest partner and ally, their closest friend.
We were best friends. We huddled. We cuddled all those nights. We were like brothers. It's not easy to be me. Because of me, the blue whale's vagina is the second biggest pussy on the planet.
At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin.
He wants to do a peace deal. He doesn't want... Whatever. We'll save that for my Ukraine analysis videos. I've already done those.
A lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense.
All right, I'll make it make sense. Trump wants peace. The only way to make peace is if both sides concede to something. Yeah, it makes sense now all of a sudden.
Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite.
Yeah, I get canceled on Twitter daily for being polite.
But we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake. At the moment, the U.S. tariffs came into effect.
All right, well then I suggest you step down, sir, and retire like you said you were. Let a real leader take control of it because your population isn't that great. Your military is very small. You depend on us to supply you with money. You tariff us way more than we tariff you. You look down on us. I mean, I could go on. Step down.
In the early hours of this morning.
No!
And so did the Canadian response.
Oh my God, the Canadian response. They're cooking. We will drown you in the maple syrup from our trees.
Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods.
The reason why this is very funny, in my opinion, as an onlooker, all right? Unbiased, third party, both Canadian and American. I am the only person that has the right to this opinion, all right? From my perspective, Trump is a businessman and Trudeau is a retard. And right now we are looking at potentially the most mismatched.
You gotten so used to doing the Trump impression that now when you speak in your normal voice, you can kind of hear hints of the Trump impersonation.
Battle of all time. This is like actually watching a plat player play against a bronze player. All right? This is honestly humiliating because obviously Trump is just going to respond with, okay, fine, no problem. Now butter is 4,000% tariffs. Well, we'll just put 4,000% tariffs on you. And you know what? Canada will fold instantly. They will fold like a napkin because they have no leverage. He really is like looking at the camera is like, yeah, this is a good idea, guys. This is a good idea. Woo, yeah, baby. Hell yeah. I didn't quit yet. I retired officially, but I'm still prime minister for the last 5 minutes.
Starting with tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods immediately.
Wow.
And tariffs on the remaining $125 billion of American products in 21 days' time.
He says it like it's... Bro, he's actually just announcing destruction of Canada. He's actually just announcing that shit. Oh!
Yeah, if he keeps it up, I mean, he's going to ruin that country even more.
We've already established that tariffs affect the consumers a lot.
I have nothing against Canada.
These people rely on America more than America relies on them. So doing this will just make Trump do his reciprocal tariffs to this too. He doesn't realize, or he does, I don't know what's going on in his head. But it's unbelievable. There's not a thought going around in his brain.
Should these tariffs not cease, we are in active and ongoing discussions with provinces and territories to pursue several non-tariff measures.
Well,
look at this man. Look at this man. He's probably never seen action or battle in his life. He's probably never been in a fight. He's probably never had to. What is he a leader of? What exactly, sir, are you a leader of?
Tariff measures will not work because, to be honest, he'll always match them. So get ready for the non-tariff methods. It's going to be crazy.
Measures which will demonstrate that there are no winners in a trade war.
It's not a trade war. He's just basically doing equal tariffs to what you've been tariffing them the whole time. Like, I love how he keeps using trade war like it's a crazy buzzword. I personally like it. I think it's good clickbait. I'm all for some good clickbait. But the funniest thing is, this is crazy.
Now, just like I did a month ago, I want to speak first directly to the American people.
All right.
We don't want this.
Yeah, Trump knows.
Well,
that's
then
why
don't do it.
It's happening. All right, listen. Bubba, brother,
You're hurting
listen.
yourself.
Bro, Fidel Castro's son is playing to our emotions right now.
We want to work with you as a friend.
Yeah, I also do. I also want to work with you as a friend. I think the American people agree completely.
There.
Yeah, good point. Tariffs bad. But frankly, Margaret, I don't care.
An ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your...
Is that a threat? I don't want to see you hurt American people. But I'll do what I have to do. The American Air Force consists of a single Pegasus.
Because believe what I want you to believe.
To do this to you.
Right.
And if you
As
don't,
of this
we're
morning,
going to arrest
markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk at the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both.
Even though it's unbelievably the other way around, but yeah.
They've chosen to raise costs for American consumers.
Oh my God, he's gonna fold instantly. This is crazy. I love how he's describing like all the negatives of
like
tariffs.
literally
Meanwhile,
trying to
he
pull on
actively has been
heartstrings
tariffing
of not only
America
his
for the
people,
last
but
like
America.
many years. It's mind-boggling to me that he's gonna sit there, puff his chest out, and talk about how tariffs are bad for the people of a country when he's been actively tariffing America. Rules for thee, but not for me. America's just the world's piggy bank. It's okay, guys.
On everyday essential items like
your Waffle Houses will suffer. We import so much snow into America. No longer.
Groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and everything in between.
Everything.
They've chosen to harm American national security.
Oh my God, he's trying so hard. Bro's waffling right now. I don't even know what's happening.
Impeding access to the abundant critical minerals, energy, building materials, and fertilizers that we have and that the United States needs to grow and prosper.
Your national security is at risk. No more minerals.
They've chosen to launch a trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families. Wow. They've chosen to sabotage their own agenda that was supposed to usher in a new golden age for the United States. And they've chosen to undermine the incredible work we've done together to tackle the scourge that is fentanyl, a drug that must be wiped from the face of the earth.
True.
So on that point, let me be crystal clear. There is absolutely no justification or need whatsoever for these tariffs today. Now, the legal pretext your government is using to bring in these tariffs is that Canada is apparently unwilling to help in the fight against illegal fentanyl. Well, that is totally false. Let's look at the facts.
All right, let's look at the facts.
God.
Our border is already safe and secure.
Okay.
So, somewhat. It's definitely better than the Mexican border, but let's look at the facts.
Far less than 1% of fentanyl flows and less than 1% of illegal crossings into the United States comes from Canada. But we acted because we know we can always do better. We responded to concerns including...
You know, I'm pretty sure fentanyl was like legalized in Canada for a few minutes there.
Or how about you drop your freaking tariffs you have on us? Looking at that list, I have no sympathy for you, Trudeau, right now. That means you believe the America is your piggy bank. And you could dip your hands into our pockets anytime you want, and there ain't nothing we could say or do about it. Well, guess what, buddy? The American people decided. I mean, ultimately, there's all sorts of corruption on both sides, and you got to choose the lesser of both evils. But Trump is doing what a businessman would do, and he's at least focusing on America. There's people out here that need help in America, and we have been the piggy bank and the world police for far too long. So his video is another 42 minutes long. Or no, we're not even halfway through it. Shoot. Alright, well, we'll watch a little bit more of it, and I suggest you check out his video. He's going to go into something else. I think half of his video was about Trudeau.
Somewhere in between. Let me see if I can find that clip, because I'm like, this is definitely a pretty bold take. I don't want to like post any misinformation here on purpose. I only post misinformation by accident, which is a totally different thing. No, can't find. Well, this is Pierre Poilievre, the guy that's gonna probably win the next election in Canada.
How would you support Canadian business and workers?
Sorry, I didn't get a chance to say that in English. The question was, have the Liberals done enough on fentanyl, and is that a good justification for Trump's tariffs? And the answer to both questions is no and no. No, the Liberals have not done enough on fentanyl, but not because they...
This is combating Trudeau's facts.
They should have been doing it for Trump. They should have been doing it for Canadians. We've lost 50,000 people.
Do you understand the insanity that's going on? Trudeau wants to ban fentanyl because of Trump, not because 50,000 Canadians died.
To fentanyl, that's more than died in the Second World War. And that is because of the weak borders, the soft laws, and the radical liberalization of drugs that the Liberals experimented with and that they want to continue on with. I would ban the drugs, add 2,000 CBSA border guards, more surveillance towers, scanners, and drones to interrupt the illegal entry of fentanyl into our country. And I would treat fentanyl dealers for what they are. They are mass murderers, and they will get life sentences when I'm...
Go up and up and up.
Does this sound familiar? You read about the cursor hype on Twitter, went to give it a try.
That's amazing, man. And for a cartoon character, or what is it called, 2D model or something?
When I'm Prime Minister, but let's be clear, that is not a justification for tariffs.
Anyway, the tariffs, we're gonna watch Pierre's response to Trump after that. But the point is, this dude does his whole virtue signaling, slapping his micro penis on the podium and talking about fentanyl, how he saved the world. All right, my asshole, brother.
Including from the president by implementing an ambitious $1.3 billion border plan. A border plan that includes generational investments in new AI and imaging tools to stop the flow of fentanyl in its tracks, stronger coordination and information sharing with American agencies, along with the deployment of drones, helicopters, and additional personnel to keep our border secure. Now, a month ago, as part of an agreement with the United States that paused the tariffs, we made further commitments. We appointed Kevin Brasseau as our fentanyl czar, a man who...
he got czars to copy Trump now that Trump's enough. Now it's time to worry about fentanyl because of Trump. So what he's saying is when Trump implemented his tariffs the first time, It turned out that he then implemented, actual security against fentanyl and drugs trafficking. Wow! It's almost like, now don't take me out of context here, but it's almost like the tariffs that Trump put on Canada the first time around a month ago actually kind of worked. Damn! It actually kind of worked, didn't it? God damn!
Dedicated his multi-decade career in law enforcement to combating organized crime networks and drug trafficking. We designated 7 drug cartels, sick, evil groups who cynically profit off the pain and suffering of people on both sides of the border, as the terrorist organizations that they are.
Huh? But you didn't call them terrorist organizations before. What changed? Now the cartels are terrorist organizations. You really didn't talk about them at all in the past. Now you call them that because Trump called them terrorist organizations. So now, Trudeau wakes
And this dude will fold quicker than a fucking or a freaking taco. Sorry, excuse my language.
up and he's like, cartel's bad, fentanyl's are.
And just yesterday,
we are naming our new AI tool, George Droid. He will be overlooking all... Okay, that was a joke. That was dark. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I do apologize sincerely. I had to do it.
Launched a new joint operations partnership supported by a $200 million investment between Canada's security and law enforcement agencies. A partnership that will enhance the coordination of information and intelligence in order to thwart criminal gangs involved in the illegal fentanyl trade. And critically, our actions are working. As the U.S. Customs and Border Protection just acknowledged, there was a 97% drop in fentanyl seizures from January compared to December, to a near zero low of less than half an ounce seized in January, even with all the further enforcements and actions we've taken at the borders.
Like that's supposed to be like a zinger of some sort.
In some, we stepped up.
He's basically describing how the first time Trump implemented tariffs, it literally worked. Trudeau, my brother, my homie, you were literally the prime minister for the last fucking decade. Why is it that everything's changing now that Trump is president? You're actually worried about this. Bro, Trudeau out here appointing Tuco Salamanca to secure the border from fentanyl. Like nothing's happening. My bro, you don't realize how big of an L this is. My dog really came out here with the softest zingers of all time.
Engaged closely and constructively with the president and his administration. We did everything we promised. We stuck to our word. And we did it because we believe in working together.
Bullshit! You did it because he threatened tariffs! Unbelievable! He's trying so hard, dude! He's trying so hard! No, dude! No, dude! You know why you did it? You did it because Trump threatened tariffs, and then you decided, we'll protect the border!
To protect our citizens.
Yeah, right. Didn't protect your citizens before. Now he's protecting our citizens. Look at him cosplaying a man with balls.
Now I want to speak directly to one specific American.
God. I wonder which one. All right, I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess. It's Amy Schumer. That's my guess. I decided.
Donald.
Oh my God, I literally did not see this coming.
He's
delivering his message directly to Asmongold right now. This is for you, Asmongold. I am addressing big balls.
For 8 years, you and I have worked together. We've done big things. We signed a historic deal that has created record jobs and growth in both of our countries. We've done big things together on the world stage, as Canada and the U.S. have done together for decades, for generations.
I walked in, huge deal, huge things.
Look at that face. I just don't trust it.
Penis was so big compared to his, you could barely see his. In the wake of his, it was like a little ruffle. But my cock was so massive, we've created all sorts of jobs.
Damn, this is a long video. What just happened? Alright, well. So, while this is happening, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I just wanted people to know what Canada is saying about the tariffs. I wanted everybody to know, don't freak out, trust the process. He's got a plan. There'll be a small adjustment period. We got to start putting America first, people. We got to put our people first. We all got to get, whoever's here, we have to put our people first before it's too late. So, with that said, let's see what the news says about some of this. Let's see. So, U.S. they imposed 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican goods. On March 4th, 2025, President Donald Trump implemented a 25% tariff on all imported goods from Canada and Mexico, affecting roughly $1 trillion in annual trade under U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement, which is USMCA. This move it aims to pressure the countries, curb fentanyl smuggling, illegal immigration. We know that. Let's see. The tariffs disrupt the 30-year North American trade alliance. North Korean. It's raising the cost for U.S. So they're wanting to do more propaganda there. Let's see. Canada retaliates with tariffs. We know that. $30 billion worth of U.S. imports. So it's $155 billion, but they already had tariffs on top of us, which in the video showed. Let's see, temporary auto tariff granted. So automakers from the U.S., 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexico imports effective until April 2nd, 2025. This follows pleas from industry leaders like Big Three auto dealers. The exemption reflects pressure from integrated North American supply chains, particularly in the auto sector. But Trump insists broader reciprocal tariffs will proceed. It'll indicate that mixed approach to the trade policy is probably the best approach, in my opinion. The sources from that were CNN Business. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum announces plans for retaliatory tariffs. We knew that. That's on the 9th. Key suppliers, food imports, 77% of fresh vegetables in 2020. Listen up, people. Just buy American. Try buying American for a month. Give it a month. The man has only been in there for a little over a month, maybe a little under 2. Give the man time. Don't do what the Democrats did at the speech. Don't sit down. Stand up. When there's something good that happens for America, stand your ass up. Excuse my language. Either you're American and you live in this country and everything affects you, or you want to hold the flag of another country in the streets while you're burning the American flag. While you're talking treason against the president. And excuse my voice, it's a little hoarse. I just woke up and it's a little hoarse. It'll come back to normal. But buy American, give the man a chance. Make America great again. Let Elon do his job. We're going to do another video here in a little bit, probably about the Democrats' meltdown. I think we're going to do a Democrat meltdown video. I think everybody needs to see exactly how they're acting and how inappropriate it is and how much they actually legitimately hate America. They hate the average American. They think of you as the lowest of the low. Rules do not apply to these people. Please stand up and say something. I don't care if you're making money, if you're not making money. I don't care if you have 1,000 streamers or subscribers, 5 subscribers. As long as one person hears it and they can pass it to the other person. Because it's going to be too late. And average Americans are waking up all over. I have love for every race, religion, creed. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're American, you're American, and I love you all the same. But I'm also going to get in that ass if somebody gets in mine. So don't try it. And I hope some of you Democrats are watching and just do some research before it's too late. Before it's too late. Thanks for watching. Help us get to the 50. Do this thing down here. Do the thing over there on Nuxanar's channel. I'll drop another video here shortly. I get 50 subscribers. I go live. I'll have a giveaway. I'll do something special. I'll make request videos. So drop your comments down there below too. Thanks for watching. Peace.